We are now on air. Time for a total takeover.
It's finally here. Welcome to a new episode.
It's about to go down.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. And I'm really kind of getting upset as I begin this video recording. Here it is, June 27th in the morning, 6:34 a.m. And I'm hearing on the radio dial that the GOP, once again, ladies and gentlemen, showing that they have no spine, showing that they have no backbone, showing, ladies and gentlemen, that even though we have a Republican president and majority-held Congress, that the GOP, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to find a correct and accurate description for that acronym, but the GOP, ladies and gentlemen, looks as if they are not going to even bring the health care bill to the floor. That's right. Once you see this, once you hear this, you probably already heard the news. Really, ladies and gentlemen, really? So the scare tactics, fear-mongering, and straight-up lunatic, maniacal behavior from the left has now once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is tantamount to how the GOP rolls. This is what they do. So if this actually goes down, ladies and gentlemen, if this is the case, ladies and gentlemen, where we find out for certain that the GOP is not bringing their health care bill. Now I'm talking about the Senate, because the Senate is the one that is on display. They're the ones that are on display right now in regards to bringing their bill to the forefront. They don't even want to bring it to the floor now. And I'm wondering and thinking to myself, why is that? Why is it? Now, I don't have all the information at hand as I'm talking to you right now, but I know for a fact, ladies and gentlemen, for a fact that once again, I can almost guarantee it, that the Democrats and their fear-mongering and their mama and grandma and grandpa and Uncle Ed and Aunt Shirley are going to die because of this GOP health care bill. Well, I can't even say it right. GOP health care bill. This is what they do. This is what the GOP allows them to do. And once again, we are sitting on the sidelines wondering what in the world is going on. I've had it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm my string. You know when you're at that phrase. There is no string. There is no more patience. There's no more. Oh well, we'll wait and see what happens. No, we've seen what happens when we've given the GOP control. Absolutely nothing. Now, granted, I'm not an expert on this health care bill, but I'm thinking to myself, if they're so scared of what they think the public is going to view this bill as, you made a fucking promise to repeal Obamacare. So guess what? Just repeal the insane elements of Obamacare first. Just do that. Put that in a bill. And worry about particulars and everything else. Put that in a separate bill. But just get rid of the crazy nonsense that the current Obamacare bill has. How hard is that? Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, God bless you and yours. May you keep you and your family safe. And continue, ladies and gentlemen, to hold the GOP's feet to the fire. Peace.
This poem is for the woman I love. I knew not what love was till you awoke within my heart. We are now together forever, never shall we part. I will track where you are, I'll decide whom you see. Remember, sweetheart, you belong only to me. So do what I say and don't do anything dumb, or I may have to hit you until you are numb. If you tell another soul, well, that will just make me mad, 'cause I tolerate you, and for that you should be glad. There's one more feeling I must express to you, honey. Don't ever, ever let me catch you touching my money.
Some relationships are not as they appear. That's because domestic abuse is often hidden. Join the Women's Center and Shelter in the effort to end abuse early on and help us provide emergency sanctuary to those who most need your protection. To donate, visit the Women's Center and Shelter at wcscanhelp.org.
They will pay a heavy price. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That's what the White House is warning Syria, putting out a statement last night that the U.S. has potential evidence the Syrian military may be prepping another chemical attack like one in April that triggered an American response. And there's response from Russia. Fox's Alistair Wanklin live in our European bureau.
Dave, an influential Russian legislator snubbing the White House's warning, calling it a, quote, provocation. He said the U.S. is preparing to attack Syrian government forces. That's according to Russian upper house lawmaker Franz Klintsievich. He accused the U.S. of cynicism. The White House on Monday warning Syria against another chemical strike, such as the one in April that led to dozens of Tomahawk missiles hitting an airfield that the U.S. said was used to store chemical weapons. Dave?
Alistair, Democrats staged a sit-in outside the Capitol last night, protesting the Senate Republican plan to replace Obamacare.
The question must be, what will we do? Will we put forward our lives? Will we sacrifice some of our fortunes?
Senator Cory Booker, hours after a new analysis of the plan came out.
The CBO, Congressional Budget Office, released its report on the Senate health care bill Monday. It predicts it will cut the deficit by $321 billion within the next decade. But it estimates the new health care will increase the number of uninsured to 22 million people over the next 10 years.
Fox's Kelly writes,
the White House takes issue with the CBO issuing this statement. The CBO has consistently proven it cannot accurately predict how health care legislation will impact insurance coverage.
Republican leaders are still trying to convince 5 GOP senators who oppose the bill to switch to a yes. Bill Cosby is dealing with another accuser. There's a hearing today in California to set a trial date in a lawsuit accusing him of sexually assaulting a teen at the Playboy Mansion more than 40 years ago. There was a deadlocked jury in Pennsylvania in the only criminal case stemming from Cosby's sex scandal. Fox News, fair and balanced. The U.S. will start enforcing President Trump's travel ban later this week after the U.S. Supreme Court partially unblocked an executive order that had been shot down by lower courts as a ban on Muslims. It restricts travel from 6 predominantly Muslim countries considered terror threats. The court decision would allow people from those countries who have a bona fide relationship with someone or some entity in the U.S. to still come here.
Securing America.
White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer called it an affirmation of President Trump's priority.
His number one responsibility as commander-in-chief is to keep the American people safe, and that's exactly what this executive order does.
But the Supreme Court will hear arguments on this in October. Hawaii Attorney General Douglas Chin says he will be there ready to plead his case.
Because we have the statutory argument that came up through the Ninth Circuit.
Senate Judiciary Committee Chair Chuck Grassley says the ruling recognizes priorities of keeping America safe, but New York City's Democratic Mayor Bill de Blasio said this should be called what it is, a Muslim ban. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
The court yesterday also ruled that a church in Missouri can get public money to help finance a playground. Another decision, the justices agreed to take up the case of a baker who refused to make a wedding cake for a gay couple on religious grounds, and it declined to hear a gun rights case in California.
The Supreme Court's decision means gun owners in California will still have to show good cause to get concealed carry permits. What qualifies as good cause is left up to local law enforcement. Justice Clarence Thomas writes, the court's decision, quote, reflects a distressing trend, the treatment of the Second Amendment as a disfavored right, unquote. Gun owner Edward Peruta brought the case after being denied a concealed carry permit in 2009. He was told self-defense did not qualify as good cause. In Washington, Heather Curtis, Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down a little. Markets mixed overseas the day after the Dow rose 14 points, with the Nasdaq dropped 18. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Fox News.
On Wall Street, stock futures are down a little. Markets mixed overseas the day after the Dow rose 14 points, with the Nasdaq dropped 18. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
I brought this mentality, bringing you the best music. You won't refuse it. I entered the stage, confidence maximized. Build the forces with me, not the dark side. Pay attention to further this convention, giving out education to the nation. You felt the sensation before it erupted, felt into form like a symphony conducted, like a scene reconstructed. You need direction, and now you're reaching for protection. You need to recognize melodic is a safe haven, but if you test me, you better bring an army. Verbal warfare and combat, dispersing, conversing with my generals, my minerals. Cultivate this landscape I call hip hop. On and on, break of dawn, non stop. Any test I've taken, you need to settle yourself and stop debating who will end up the best in this contest. You need to lay your head down and take a rest. My music will soothe every ache and every pain, eliminate the strain that's pounding on your brain. Just let your soul take control, lead you to the path of everlasting, relaxing, verbal satisfaction, punk stories to friction. I've doubt that's lingering, think before considering taking any action may lead to severe repercussions. Let's end this discussion on a higher note. My vibes will bring the proper poetics like lyrical kinetics. Best to summarize when the story is done. Final verse almost here, let me get into gear. Parlay my message, demonstrating and not debating the present day, modern day rap state. Its fate is in the hands of the one that go melodic. Let's get to the topic of conversation and leave it in the clutches of the abstract organization. I'm putting in overtime because my rhymes will take the load off your back. I must resign to the fact that no competition will arise. Motivation must come from beating up the drum. Instrumentals composed, then my lyrics will take forms and break the norm. Readily accessible to uplift and give the gift, a spiritual healing, revealing the right combination for life preservation. So let my music take